NASA announced its 2025 astronaut candidate class yesterday, and one woman from Western Washington is among them. Lauren Edgar is a geologist from Sammamish. Out of 8,000 applicants, she was one of only 10 to make the cut. NASA says she's worked on Curiosity Mars rover and Artemis 3 science team. It's a step with an end goal in mind, to send a crewed mission to the moon and eventually to Mars. The mission to the moon was named Artemis 2. It'll fly around the moon, launching no later than April of next year. NASA says it's intended to help confirm the systems and hardware needed for deep space exploration.
We are going back to the moon to establish a sustained presence. The crew there on the surface of the moon will be trying to figure out how to live off the land.
Even though the 4 astronauts for that mission were already chosen, some of the crew members headed to Mars in the future could include any of NASA's 10 new astronauts. So let's bring in Ivan Rodriguez to talk more about what we know about the remaining 9 astronauts. Ivan, tell us more about these new ones.
Madison, we know that the 10 people were selected from a pool of 8,000 applicants, and that includes 6 women and 4 men. Now, this astronaut class marks the first in which there are more women than men, according to NASA. Among the candidates are former military, geologists, mechanical, aerospace, and biomedical engineers. And an interesting story is that each class of incoming astronauts receives a special nickname selected by the prior class. Now, the 2021 group, dubbed the Flies, in part of a nod of how rapidly the class was likely to be assigned on missions to orbit, will give this group's nickname.
And we know they already have so much experience in this field, but what kind of new training will the new class receive, and will they be eligible for future missions?
It's going to be very specific training, and throughout the 2 years that they will be training, the astronauts will learn about NASA's history, vision for the future, and will take classes in geology and in water survival and space health. Upon completion of that class, this new astronaut group will then join the 48 other members of the space agency's astronaut corps and then become eligible for flight assignments. Now, some of the crew members headed to Mars in the future could include any of NASA's 10 newest astronauts.
An exciting time, and specifically regarding the Artemis 2 mission. What else can we expect to hear this week, Ivan?
Well, tomorrow morning, in fact, NASA will be holding a press conference with the Artemis 2 crew. Again, that's the crew of 4 veteran astronauts who were already selected. This mission will build upon the uncrewed Artemis 1 success in 2022 and will also set up Artemis 3, which will mark humanity's return to the lunar surface.
Really exciting to see what these astronauts will be doing and to learn more about it. Ivan Rodriguez, thank you for joining us.